How's it going, everybody? Levidopager here once again, filming just this quick video before I go to work because there isn't a lot to talk about, but the set finished up its reveals and there really isn't anything too crazy. There was the triple rare that came out and then like a really decent, kind of solid grade 2. I'm gonna jump into that. We got a crit. I don't know why we got a random crit in the set. It's just this little waifu card that, I mean, okay, cute. Woo. I don't get it. This could have just been a starter. I don't know why they didn't just give us another starter. Almost every other clan in the entirety of the game got a new starter, just for aesthetic purposes. We did not. Thank you, Bushi. Appreciate it. Love you. Grade 1, perfect guard, don't care. Grade 1, 15k, don't care. Oh hey, this guy's beautiful though. He's a 12k. He isn't that good, but he looks cute. He's got like the best art in the entire set. I love this art. He looks spooky. Yeah, there's not a lot of value in running him. I don't know if anybody's going to. I would be very surprised if somebody did, but he's there. We then have the grade 2 of the set that I am still kind of wondering what I feel about. I don't really know. This is Dressing Mutant Argo Billbug. Argo Billbug, yes. During the battle, it attacked a Vanguard. If your opponent's card is put from the top of the deck into the drop zone this turn, when your opponent would call Guardians from his or her hand, he or she must call 2 or more at the same time. So, this is an interesting set, interesting card. I like it because this, mixed with Brawny Jerk, is a -3 to the hand, which is really solid. I mean, really solid, because this is a huge chunk of your opponent's hand being taken out, and you can also do like kind of these tricky little bits and pieces with it where like you can throw like just a crit on it, give the power to the other rear guard, and this still puts in the work because it's still pulling 2 cards out of hand. Even if they're gonna perfect guard it, it's still -2 from the hand. I adore this card. I think it's really solid. I wish there was more emphasis in this deck on putting power to the rear guards because this could have used it a bit more. But even with the AK base, like I would really debate on running this. It's a really solid card, and it's aggression like on a very small scale. I enjoy this little addition. I really wasn't expecting anything to be like a guard restrictor in this deck, and I like it. It's cool. It's a little Musashi. Last up though, we have this beautiful little boy here. He looks cool. His ability, not so much. This is Spear, attack mutant Mega-Megara-Lancer. Oh my god. Mega-Lara-Lancer, there you go, that's fucking hard to pronounce. On rearguard, when it attacks a Vanguard, if this unit gets plus 2,000 power to the end of battle for each of your opponent's resting rear guards. Then, put a rearguard into your soul, your opponent cannot intercept until the end of turn. I don't know why it's 2k, it could have been 3, and it would have been so much better, and it sounds really weird that 1k makes a difference, but it really does. On that note, I don't know why it's rear guards. It could have just been units in general. There is nothing that sets us apart from something like Hiding Killer Leaf, and Hiding Killer Leaf doesn't even need anything to gain the 10k, it just has a small cost. This does feed into some really solid skills that exist in the game, and I feel like it's not bad. It's just not triple rare worthy. If anything, the triple rare grade 2 in this set should have been like Hiding Killer Leaf or something. But even on that note, this card does have its uses. It can attack on its own, which is nice, and it doesn't have any sort of big cost to it. And the intercept prevention is useful, especially with Protect 2 decks. Like anything that functions off Protect 2 can really be kind of screwed over by this deck. But intercepting, preventing that basically boils down to the idea that this is still controlling resources, and it's making you use your hand to guard. Hand degradation is kind of the name of the game here. This deck is meant to force you to only guard from your hand, and force you to guard with numbers and with things you don't really want to normally guard with. It kind of throws like a wrench in the works. So that's kind of where this guy comes in, and I get what he's doing. He hits for a small number, but it has to come from the hand, so they can't just throw away a rear guard or like an on-call dude they don't want to keep around anymore. Like, I get why he does what he does. I'm just not in love with him. That being said, is he bad? No, not at all. Is he worth a triple rare spot? I mean, aesthetic-wise, he's beautiful, but that's about it. He is a really goofy looking card in text-wise, but I feel like he is kind of drawn into a bit of a parallel with Bloody Hercules. The way I feel about him is that he and Bloody Hercules kind of do the same thing on different scales. If you ever heard this phrase, I would rather ask for forgiveness than ask for permission, I use it quite a bit. With any game that I play, whether it be Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Vanguard, I don't like cards that have to hit to go off. In Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a bit different, but with Magic and Vanguard, anybody who plays both those games can kind of understand. Cards that have on-hit abilities usually give you quite a bit of output if they do hit, but it's hitting that kind of becomes the problem. So Bloody Hercules has this really solid skill where you can countercharge on hit and give a unit plus 6k. That's a really solid ability, but you have to kind of lean into the direction of, am I going to hit or am I not going to hit? This guy kind of fills in that gap to where he replaces the other resource that you use quite a bit, and he feeds into skills like Colio, and he feeds into things like Antlion if you're going to run him, which I don't think I am, but either way. And he kind of does this in a way that doesn't depend on what your opponent is going to do and how your opponent's going to react. This guy swings, whether he refills a resource or not is not dependent on if your opponent's going to guard you or not. And that is what I kind of appreciate. He doesn't countercharge, which kind of sucks. I wish he just did. I really wish this guy threw something into the soul and it was like, oh, if it was like a grade 3, you countercharge and soul charge or something like that. Like, that'd be fun. But obviously beggars can't be choosers. So, you know, it's like he refills a less valuable resource, but he does it without your opponent's interaction. Bloody Hercules does one and he refills a better resource and has a bit more of an output, but he has to hit. And in this stage in the game, that's just not going to happen as much, and you're kind of left without a lot of gain most of the time. So I'm kind of defending this card a little bit. I think he is going to be used in the build. He's just not fantastic. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it there because I do have a video coming up after this that's going to be a bit of a set recap. So when that happens, we will talk a bit more about it. So until then, folks, I will see you next time.